General Kenobi. You are the bold one.
I am the Senate.
Laugh it up, fuzzball.
Hello there.
Hello there, and welcome to Hello There, a Star Wars podcast. This is episode 3, I believe. We're a little late because Nate's not feeling well. He unfortunately has the COVID, so we're wishing him and his wife Chelsea a speedy recovery. I know it sucks. He said it is, quote, really fucking weird to not be able to smell or taste. So I'm wishing him a very speedy recovery and hoping Nate, I hope you get well soon. But joining me this week is Jeff Mizrahi, who has guest starred on the first 2 episodes and might as well just be a cast member at this point. So we were in the middle, actually, right before starting recording, of talking about some Star Wars Lego stuff, and I figured let's just turn the mics live and get this recording going. So Jeff, for our YouTube viewers, which I believe are 0 viewers, but for anyone listening, you can go check us out on YouTube. You have to manually search for Hello There podcast on YouTube. Unfortunately, we don't have a direct link. But do you want to show us what you just bought, which is a couple weeks late, but better than never?
Lego Star Wars 2020 Advent Calendar. Check it out. Showing the box to the camera. Even you could like pop out little things. It's very cool. So I got it very late, but I'm still going to try this daily thing. You know, pace myself. So far I'm 2 days in. I got a micro scale A-wing, pew pew pew, and a holiday themed exclusive print Poe Dameron with a BB-8 green sweater, like an ugly holiday sweater vibe, which could actually also be seen in the Lego Star Wars Holiday Special, Life Day Special.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't realize that was the same one that he wore in that. That's cool.
I mean, yeah, he's in his party outfit, his Christmas party outfit. But just I don't know if you could show pictures on Discord like that, or either way. Just some other cool shit this Advent Calendar has. It has 24 things. You know, you're counting down the days till Christmas. It's got a micro scale Razor Crest. That set also just came out this year. Micro scale, and when I'm talking micro also, by the way, I'm not talking like the micro scales like you could get in the micro fighters. I'm talking 12 pieces. A Sith dagger, actually, or it's a Sith tie dagger, or it's a Sith tie. What is that called? In 9.
Oh, what is it called? Like the Sith. I think it's just like like a Sith dagger or a
Sith tie dagger, whatever. All the words.
Or it's like a Sith artifact or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm thinking the Wayfinder. They made up too many MacGuffins in that movie, man.
No. I'm talking about the ship at the end. That's part of the final. That's part of the final order.
The ship.
It's
the TIE fighter, but it's got with like the triangle wings. I think you're talking about the knife that what's his name had.
No, that was called the fucking. That was called the knife.
That's why I was like, "What are you talking about?"
No, only the blade hills.
The TIE, so the TIE fighter that had the Dorito wings, right?
Yeah, Dorito wings. All right, whatever. Microscale Dorito wing. This is actually one of my favorite things. A Porg. So you can't just build your own Porg. That's a custom print on the head. So to get a micro or just an actual regular Porg, it's actually very hard to get. It comes in the $800 Lego Millennium Falcon. That is the new Millennium Falcon, so it has like Finn and Rey and all that. But it comes with 2 Porgs.
You are correct. It is the TIE Dagger.
TIE Dagger.
TIE/DG Starfighter, also known as the TIE Dagger, or Sith TIE Fighter.
Wow, I said both of those. I love it.
I don't know. They took too many liberties with the word Sith in episode 9, man. I don't know.
Yo, everything.
I mean, sure, they took too many liberties with everything in that movie, I guess. So.
That's a Sith coffee mug right there. Oh, yo, Palpatine, he only drinks from a Sith cooler. But yeah, hold on. Could you tell me, look at the picture I sent you. What is this is great audio, but what is the micro build to the right of the Tandroid? Is that the Ryloth spaceship.
So what row am I looking at?
Right under your fucking Dio. Right under Dio. Above the... these are other things in the set. By the way, one of them's a Dio with a Christmas hat. That's amazing.
There's a miniature Castle Bast.
What's Castle Bast?
Like Vader's Castle. That was what
Vader's Castle, we call it. It's a mini thing with a even smaller Darth Vader's...
you're talking the...
what is that thing called?
Droid Command Center? Like the Federation Command Center ship?
Oh, is that the one from episode 1?
Yeah. They haven't named.
I know, spinning's a good trick.
Because in Jedi Fallen Order, like you see one of those coming in the beginning when Cal's like... when you see the Venator getting like the wing cut off, and then you see one of those things fly in to get dismantled. What are those called? Those have a name too.
Something or other.
It's like a droid command ship or something.
It's cool. It's cool. It's random and it's cool. Hold on, dude. Looking at this,
the Lucer Hulk or Luker Hulk.
Oh, that sounds weird. Looking at this, can you name a single bad offering? I don't think there's a single bad day on this advent calendar. Listeners,
what's the bottom left, all the way in the corner?
A gonk droid?
No. I'm not saying that was bad. I was asking what it was. Like, because it's just hard to tell.
A holiday gonk droid. How funny!
Yeah, that's it.
It has a carrot as a nose. It has a top hat.
I'm so upset that I can't get that. That
$48
evaporator, man.
It has some
man, I could have put it in like my little Zen garden on my desk, man. That would have been so sick.
That would have been very cool. Some are like just weak, like just a regular white stormtrooper. But like, hey, add that to your army.
Yeah, or like the B1 battle droid. It's like not bad, but it's just boring compared to the other ones.
Overall, Lego Star Wars is great. And that's the show.
Yeah, I got it. That's the whole show. I'm more of an OG, Star Wars Lego collector. I have my newer ones are pretty sweet though. I like to keep it tasteful. I have Boba. I did have this before he came back in The Mandalorian. The
Boba helmet series. Yeah, they must have... I don't know, because that was part of Empire's 40th. So, like, I'm thinking, maybe they knew in advance that he was coming back, but I don't know.
And then I have Kylo's
Block
shuttle.
It with your body, yeah. You have to put your body behind it. It's classic.
Because I got this stupid NVIDIA thing on.
Green screen thing, yeah. Wow, the Kylo, that's a big piece. That's like, 1,000 pieces?
It's pretty big.
No, it's like 800.
I'll check after. I'll check the box says it on.
Yeah.
But it's sick, man. I do little mini.
You got
Kylo.
some minifigs on that. What's going on in there?
So I got two Knights of Ren. I got Kylo himself with the crossguard saber, and then inside, I got a Sith stormtrooper. I got a normal First Order stormtrooper, and I got what's his name? The useless fucking guy that died.
Pride? No.
Pride, yeah. General Pride.
Pride came with that set?
Yeah, this wasn't the original run of the shuttle. It was the second
edition,
yes,
of course. That's why it came with Knights of Ren.
I actually like this one better than the original edition, though.
That one looks heftier. I like that one.
The first one was it's like a grayish. It's not all black. The bottom was a little different. It did have there's the little... Oh, shit, I just shot a missile out by accident. There was like the little things on the wings that folded down for when it was actually in flight on the original, which I wish this one had, but otherwise I actually prefer this version.
You know what's funny? So I'm on Amazon page and I saw on the recommendeds the Darth Vader castle, and this set is gonna probably have the most like not nostalgia but like sentimentality for me, even though it's like a very recent set, because like this is the set that got me back into Lego. I bought this on December 2019.
Yeah, wow, that was your first one too. Huh? I remember you like telling me about it.
Yeah, that was my first one in the second wave of Lego life, the life of Lego.
And then he's not a Lego, but I got Grogu.
You got a Grogu. I just saw on YouTube. Too, yeah, you did. I saw on YouTube my homepage. It's like recommended. The Mandalorian calls Grogu by his name and he laughs. And it's a 20-second video and it's literally just that scene. I'm like,
but it's funny because like it's so true that like you would do that with a kid or with a pet or something, because like I do that with my cats all the time, where I'll just like call Loki,
chuckle, yeah,
like I'll just call Loki and then it'll look over at me all funny, and then or like Tay did it with Nala the other week, where like she'll say Nala and Nala just go meow, and then like she would just do it over and over again and laugh at her. So yeah, so that was a good chat on Lego Star Wars stuff. Is there any new Lego sets coming out that we should be aware of?
Yes, I actually talked about that last episode, what to be on the lookout, the affordable X-Wing TIE fighters. Rumors just came out of a potential we know this could be an $800 set. Because like the way these rumors drop, it's like you get the SKUs and then you get the pieces sometimes, but then you get the prices and then you have to like backtrack and then you get the names of things in different ones and you're kind of like it's this whole weird thing that whatever the Lego YouTubers know what's going on. But possible getting another Death Star, but a $800 one, so that's going to be much bigger in pieces. A UCS Ultimate Collector Series, so that's like the legit ones. Republic gunship from
Episode 2 and 3?
Yeah. From Battlefront, yeah, you know the guy with the little circle things. So UCS, that'll be the first time we get a UCS version of that, and that
that's the carrier that like Yoda shows
yeah,
up
with
on
the fucking
right?
bubble,
It's got the bubble
cannon
laser
areas,
things,
the spheres. Yeah, I love that.
cool.
I love that ship. Yes, I'll definitely buy that.
Battlefront, but I know.
Yeah.
I'm like living vicariously through you because you're getting all these awesome fucking Star
dude,
Wars.
I'm running out of space. I have I bought so much of 2020 line, like from the fucking Razor Crest to the AT-AT, just. I was eating it up. And I'm like thinking, like, dude, could I keep fucking spending money on this shit? And it's not even a money thing. It's genuinely because like I'm a 24, 25-year-old
like
kid.
You're out of space, right?
Not too expensive.
I
I'm out of space. I have no space for anything.
I found the torpedo
missile
that I shot by accident.
So I got to figure out what's going on vis-a-vis space. But yeah, some other rumored sets, potential UCS Ultimate Collector Series AT-AT, which I would find a little weird just because they released the AT-AT this year. But like, so why would you have to do a UCS version of more pieces? It's just weird.
I actually had like an OG non-Lego like AT-AT, like the big just plastic Hulk.
A toy.
AT-AT toy. I got my 90s Millennium Falcon in pieces in that box over there too. That thing. I got so many Star Wars toys, just like toys in general, not even just Legos from the 90s that are just I wish I knew. You know what I mean? Like I wish I knew to not beat the shit out of them back then.
But that's what you do, man. You're a kid. We had this fucking literally 12-inch Darth Vader, this like what do you call it, like this just fucking beast, like this hulking beast, and as a kid with your small ass hands, like a 12-inch Darth Vader, and I just remember banging him against everything. Like no matter what, like you just gotta bang. It's like this is a big thing. What's it gonna sound like? What's it gonna feel like when I bang it against a pillow? Like just a fucking little kid smashing shit. But that was actually, I think I remember that Darth Vader more than I remember it Return, because I remember that he had this you could pretty much rip off his helmet and then have his weird head, you know, fucking Darth Vader's weird head,
right? Like Sebastian Shaw Vader, yeah,
with like the attachment on it, like essentially like the port, you could see the port. But yeah, toys are fun.
Yeah, you know what else is fun? Playing video games, which we got a lot of, not really a lot, but we got some big news this week. We're not really usually a news show, but we'll talk about the news when it's pertinent. This past week, actually today, right? Or was it yesterday? Today was the Massive thing, right? Ubisoft Massive was today.
I think all of
yesterday was Indie. The day before was just the Lucasfilm Games Overtime.
Yes.
All right. So over the course of 3 days, we have gotten an announcement that Lucasfilm Games is now a thing. Essentially, Disney is consolidating all of Star Wars and really Lucasfilm licenses in-house. Sort of. Essentially, they're grouping everything under the banner of Lucasfilm Games, which is awesome. It's essentially kind of sort of bringing back LucasArts. And what they have now confirmed today is that the Star Wars license is no longer exclusive to Electronic Arts, which I think is a great thing. But so yesterday we got an announcement that Bethesda Games...
EA.
Bethesda... Yeah.
EA is also... They're like, yeah, we're just happy we're still making Star Wars games.
Yeah. Bethesda Softworks... Actually, no, it's Bethesda Publishing, but it's Machine Games, who makes Wolfenstein. They are making an Indiana Jones game. So it's not just Star Wars. It's going to be other Lucasfilm licenses as well. So maybe we'll get a Willow game. I don't know. Maybe a Howard the Duck game. That would be sick. Actually, honestly, dude, I would take a Howard the Duck game from like Vicarious Visions or something. Or like Toys for Bob or something, and just like make it like a Crash game, but like Howard the Duck. But yeah, so we are now officially getting a Star Wars open world RPG that is not made by an Electronic Arts published, or not being published by Electronic Arts, not being made by an EA developer. It is being made by Ubisoft, by Massive, which is a Ubisoft company. And they actually are the same company that made Division 1. Tom Clancy's the Division 1 and Tom Clancy's Division 2. What other games? They had to have made other games, right? I just can't think of them. But I mean, those are the two most recent games that Massive has made. They are also working on an Avatar game, not Avatar: The Last Airbender, but James Cameron's Blue People Avatar. So I don't think we're getting another Division game. So if you're a Division fan, unfortunately, it looks like that ship has sailed. But we are getting an open world Star Wars RPG, which I think that's awesome news.
And most importantly, because it's the Massive guys and Division creators, it's going to be using the same engine. And I think that's amazing because I think the Division engine is pretty tight in terms of rendering graphics and just
environmentally, it's beautiful for environments, especially Division
dense,
Division 1 and 2. I thought had fantastic environments in them. So, and especially if it's a next gen game, if it's going to be on modern hardware. It's going to be on RTX hardware. If it's going to be on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X/S, it should be running really good too.
I'm going to let my imagination go wild right now. Why did they pick Massive? Because they know how to make cities.
Dude,
what's an open world city?
Don't give me hope. Don't give me
in
hope. Don't give me
the Star Wars universe.
I was thinking it earlier too, and I didn't want to say it.
Open world.
I didn't want to say it. I mean,
could it Coruscant? Could it be 1313 style?
I don't think it's going to be 1313 style. I think it might be on Coruscant. That would be awesome. I just want a game on Coruscant. You know what I really would love is there's this indie game that I follow, and for listeners that don't know, or if you only listen to Hello There, Jeff and I are formerly of another gaming podcast called PS Best Friends, and we're starting another gaming podcast at some point. Oh my goodness, the Penguins are losing 6-3 against the Flyers. By the way, not un-Star Wars related because Dave Filoni is a Penguins fan. So it's all in the house. There's another indie game that I can't remember the name of, but it's essentially it's like a space taxi game where you're flying through like a futuristic city.
Cyber Cloudpunk.
No. I know that game. This is a different game. This is the game I'm talking about. It's not out yet.
There's another game of flying around a cyberpunk city. Bullshit,
dude. All right, I gotta find the.
All right, whatever. So,
but anyway, so like that, like I want more stuff like that, where it's like that game could just be just reskin it to be Coruscant, and it's a Star Wars game. You know what I mean? So I'm so excited that we're getting games outside of the EA pantheon, because as much as I loved Battlefront 2 and as much as I adore Jedi Fallen Order, I mean,
even Squadrons,
Squadrons is good as well. But
how long has it been?
EA's not going to dedicate every single studio they have to Star Wars. And they only have, X amount of studios as it is. And I mean, Battlefront was flipping back and forth with Battlefield at the DICE studio. And Respawn, I mean, they're already working on a VR Medal of Honor game. They're working on Apex Legends perpetually. And also Jedi Fallen Order. I'm assuming Stig's team is, working hard on Jedi Fallen Order too.
What was Disney thinking with that? Best case scenario, you only have several developers, possibly, like, if EA has a publisher,
EA must have just gave them a lot of money, and I think that
Disney what I saw on Twitter, that it's funny because the guys at EA and now in management aren't the same guys who made that deal back in 2013. So it's like, I bet like some people in EA, Colin might have said this to someone on Twitter, but they were like, I bet people at EA also love this as much as people at Disney, because I bet they wanted out of that deal. But so do we know any other studios working on Star Wars right now, or is it just this one?
There's that internal Lucasfilm ILM studio that works on Vader Immortal.
The VR stuff.
I don't know if they're working on any other games, but they exist.
I bet they are.
We know that the Old Republic team, they're still working on the Old Republic. I think that's an in-house. That is BioWare, huh?
Yeah,
I never even thought about that. Like I always,
there's 1,000 BioWares.
It's not
Kansas.
It's not the BioWare that you think of when you think of like Mass Effect 1, 2, 3, Dragon Age 1 and 2. There is whatever is Traveler's Tales. They're the team on Skywalker, the Lego Skywalker Saga.
Oh, Skywalker Saga, correct?
So that's Traveler's Tales, and that's not EA, right? So how did they get around that loophole?
The fuck?
What?
How did they? Have there been no, there was. Lego's Force Awakens.
Like, how did they get around the EA deal with that? Unless Traveler's Tales own, because it's Lego, maybe there's like a loophole with it being Lego. You know what I mean? Because same with like Lego Pinball, that's not published by EA either, and that's they've been releasing tables for that for years. The digital Lego pinball. I'm not talking real pinball.
Yeah, I don't know. That's such a maybe. Oh, okay. So maybe it's Star Wars games of canon or something. I don't know.
I think there must have just been some exceptions. You know what I mean?
Star Wars games that use real. I don't know. Yeah, whatever. Who knows?
Hover Cabby is the game. All right, I'm going to send you the. So if you go to
Hover Cabby,
twitter.com/hovercabby, CABBY, and I'm going to send this to you right now. This game is straight up a Coruscant game that's just not. They don't have the Star Wars license. Like you are literally like it's like the chase in Episode 2 where.
Cool.
Where Anakin is chasing Zam.
Let's think outside the box. Oh, I feel what you're saying. Yeah, kind of like Futurama vibe also.
That could totally. If you just reskin it to be Coruscant, it's a Star Wars.
Let's think outside the box. What other deeper canon cities are there? Could they use that would fit in DC or New York, or just obviously they could do something different.
Like what's the Gotham City to Coruscant's metropolis?
Yeah,
I mean, you could always go back to Tatooine. You could always go back to Mos Espa, Mos Eisley.
What about Cloud City?
Cloud City would be interesting.
That'd be interesting. We never see any of it really. Besides,
the most
just
you see of it is in Battlefront 1. There was the Bespin DLC.
Yeah, but still, that was just like the shit we've seen in the movies. Like,
you saw like outside. If you did the Galactic Assault, on
you
Bespin,
did. I like the
cool.
outside areres. But that's like where Boba parks his fucking car.
Yeah. I don't know, like what? Yeah, that's a good point. What other cities? There's a lot of. I mean, you can always
hold on. This is a question. What you could always do? What
I was gonna say, you could always do Black Spire because Black Spire. It's been in. I mean, Nate and I have talked about how it was prominently in Thrawn Alliances. It is the city in Galaxy's Edge, the theme park. So you can always put a video game set there, and it would be big enough.
You already have that also with Sims 4. Galaxy's Edge.
Like an actual,
yeah, obviously.
It's like an actual.
What was I going to say? What would you think if they were to create a new planet? Do you want them to go to something that we know or create? I know that's what I'm saying, but for these guys, for a new game, would you rather be somewhere familiar or somewhere new?
As long as it's authentic, I don't really mind if it's new or old. You know what I mean? Because there's so many locations from the older video games that were new to Star Wars that we all liked, so I'm okay with either way. I just love Coruscant as a planet, so I would love to see it in Coruscant, but I'm open to it being wherever. I don't know. I'm curious if you're going to travel between planets like Destiny style, but the thing with Destiny is that I feel like the locations in Destiny aren't as detailed, like on a granular level. Like, not that they're not detailed, like the vision,
have to be
they're rendered
also,
well
right?
in Destiny, but they're not there's not nooks and crannies like there is in Division.
There's a lot of what's it called? You could sparrow around. You could fly around. On Division, there's no skateboard. You have to walk everything. Yeah. So I mean, finishing on this game, when do you think it's good to come out?
Oh, not for a long time. I'm gonna say like 2024.
If not 5.
Yeah, like I think this game is a while away. But yeah, so I mean, the fact that the kind of like can is the Pandora's box has been opened. The can of worms is cracked open. EA is not the only company making games anymore. They are still making Star Wars games, but they're not the only one making Star Wars games. How soon do you think they confirm Jedi Fallen Order 2? And also, what other devs do you want to see making games in the Star Wars world?
Fallen Order at this point is 2019 or 18?
I think it was 2018.
I think so as well.
I don't know. Was it 2019? It might have been 2019.
It couldn't have been because it wasn't. Whatever. I'll tell you how.
I'm checking now.
What's an Avengers reference?
November 2019.
It came out in 19?
November 2019. I mean, last year was 2020, so we're not in 2020.
Was it up for any Game of the Years this year or no?
Yeah, it was.
For action?
I think it won something.
Wow.
Yeah, because remember, it was one of those things where because it came out so late.
I know, that's what I was thinking. But
people are going to forget how good this game was during the Game Awards and all that.
I know, exactly. I'm like, no way that was this one, though. So since I'm like, oh, it had to be 2019, so whatever. This must sound like nonsense to listeners. That was just like such a deep dive into our brains. So announced it was. Yeah, I don't know. They're gonna have to announce a sequel this year, if they are. I think.
We got to at least announce it. I think, right?
Some people are getting Star Wars fatigue. I'm obviously not, but it's like,
I don't know. See, I feel like Star Wars fatigue was more like 2019, like before Jedi Fallen Order came out, because people were skeptical about Jedi Fallen Order before it came out. I think Star Wars fatigue was leading up to Episode 9. I think that Episode 8 came out. It was very divisive. Some people love it. Some people hate it. Solo came out, and came out, and people were very met on it. And then they took that whole time off between Solo and Episode 9, and then Episode 9. I think the build up to Episode 9 just exhausted so many people. And then Episode 9 came out, and that was also very divisive. And I think that with The Mandalorian, and especially Season 2 of The Mandalorian, I think that fatigue has gone away a little bit. I think that people are energized again by Star Wars.
Isn't that crazy? They just announced 10 fucking shows, yet people are still hyped for more. I'm like, I am, of course, but it's just like, damn, that's a good brand.
Well, they're finally doing right by it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
They actually planned things out this time instead of just winging it like they did with the sequel trilogy.
Do we think all the games are going to be canon? They have to be, right? They don't make non-canon stuff anymore, do they?
I would think so. Unless it's something totally wacky, like something like the Lego games. You know what I mean? Something like that, I could see not, being non-canon. Like if it's explicitly a kids game, maybe it's not canon. But I would say otherwise, yeah, I think they would stick to canon.
Interesting if anyone starts stepping over, because not stepping on each other's toes. Because you got to think, all right, so now anyone could get the license, but can anyone make a shooter? Could fucking Raven make a shooter while DICE is making a shooter? Could there be 2 Star Wars shooters? Like, what's going on there? I would imagine Disney or LucasFilm Games will be like, yo, they're the shooter guys. You want to make a fucking puzzle game? Take it, But,
yeah, I doubt. I mean, unless it was totally a separate thing, I don't see why they would spread that genre across different engines, because I mean, DICE is using Frostbite, but then if they gave it to Raven's using whatever the hell Call of Duty's engine is, and then you want to give it to Respawn. What is Respawn on Unreal 4?
Apex is
on Unreal. Oh, right, Titanfall wasn't, but Apex is. So
what is Jedi Fallen Order run? Does that run on Frostbite?
No, I think didn't Vince specifically not want to use Frostbite for it? So I think Jedi Fallen Order might be on Unreal. For listeners that aren't gamers also, we're talking about game engines, which is like the coding that the video games run on. And a lot of publishers have proprietary engines, and then a lot of them license what's called Unreal Engine, which is made by Epic Games, which is what Fortnite runs on. So a lot of studios use that, and that's kind of one of the more universal engines, but EA has their own called Frostbite, which that is EA kind of forces that engine on people. But Vince Zampella from Respawn Studios, developer of Apex Legends and Jedi Fallen Order, he kind of was like, nah, we're not doing this, because I'm pretty sure that's on Unreal, right?
It is. Yeah, so Jedi is on Unreal, and then the Battlefront's of course on Frostbite.
Which
I don't know.
Battlefront on Frostbite makes sense because DICE are shooter people, and that engine is made for shooters.
Dude, I am so trained to not expect many Star Wars games, because I would say, I get really involved. Like, I'll start reading IGN like probably 2007, 2008, And since then, what have we had? Force Unleashed 1 and 2, and then
there was a lot of Clone Wars games,
Lego Clone Wars games.
But even Lego games,
there was Lego games or whatever,
But they even had a couple of Clone Wars games that were not Lego related. There was
after 2008. What?
When was Republic Commando? That was before then. Was it 2006?
Dude, that was on the Xbox. That was like on 2005 or something. So my brain is so conditioned to not expect Star Wars games, even though, and I was going to talk about this also, even though back in the PS2 and the N64 era, PC, even fucking PC Engine, there was Star Wars games out the wazoo. They were infinite. But me personally, as a 24, 25-year-old man, it's interesting. So I'm like a little like, whoa, how are they going to release so many different Star Wars games, even though there was fucking decades where they've done it? So I think
that's the thing is like you are not used to that, but that's kind of like, and I've said on our other podcasts in the past that, you know, like I miss having like even just like lower tier Star Wars games, like even if they're not great, even if they're not great, just more Star Wars stuff to play. And I mean, what's the harm? And you know what I mean? So if we can get even just like decent, like 7 out of 10 games from Star Wars, just more frequently, that's awesome. I mean, you know, more Star Wars pod racing type games, more, you know, I mean, it doesn't need everything.
More Star Wars bounty hunter games that I've been playing.
Exactly. Not everything needs to be this central story that is super focused on tying into Luke Skywalker or Anakin Skywalker or Obi-Wan, anything like that. We don't need that. We can just have stories in that universe. I mean, just give me a Telltale game set in like the Tatooine Cantina. You know what I mean? Like, just give me stupid stuff like that, and I'm down for it.
100%. I think Lego Skywalker Saga is going to be the first, or I guess no, Jedi Fallen Order, whatever. But like, where Star Wars video games are back, you know. I guess Jedi Fallen Order probably brought it back, but
Jedi Fallen Order I think was the first one really since EA's had the license that came out. Didn't have any issues. Everyone loved it. Didn't take advantage of people, you know, like it didn't have the loot box issues. Didn't have a season pass issue.
Because it just came out. If you're not a first-person shooter guy, why would you touch either Battlefronts? You know, they're not your genre.
You can play it third person, but I know what you're saying. Like if you're just not a shooter guy, like a competitive shooter guy.
One of them's only multiplayer.
One of them's only multiplayer. The other one had a very mediocre story, albeit with great performances, but the story itself was mediocre.
But speaking of games with great story, Star Wars Bounty Hunter was like $10 back in December. Star Wars Bounty Hunter is a PS2 game that runs on the PS4, that runs on the PS5. So it's
a game that came out on PS2. They released it as a PS2 classic on PS4, and now you can play it backwards compatible on PS5. I played it originally back in the day on GameCube.
So it's surprisingly, do you remember this at all? It surprisingly has a very like good and like deep, not good or deep, but like it has a story.
Yeah, like it is a good Star Wars game that came out a long time ago. You know, I mean, it delves into. I mean, it's kind of spoilery. Yeah. It delves into. It deals with Jango Fett. I don't want to say what happens, but.
Well, I mean, it's pretty much the game of how Jango Fett becomes Count Dooku's bounty hunter, or like how they meet. That's just like the opening of the game. Because Darth Sidious is like, oh, find me a guy who could kill Padme or some bullshit, and then it's like, oh, I'll find you the best guy. And then it cuts to Jango, and he's like doing badass shit. So yeah, I think it's a cool game. It's definitely not a great game. The controls are so dated and
it's so
clunky.
Dated. Yeah, it's so dated.
But
back in the day, it was amazing. But yeah, like
you are OP as fuck. You just mash. You pretty much just like hold. I forgot what button it is, but it's like just you hold on, lock on
pistol blasters.
Yeah, and you're just like doing like lift right hand.
You can like
you're
light random people on the street on fire too. Like it's crazy. Like with
there's a whole bounty system where you could scan people with the visor and then fucking tie them up, but I can't figure out how to do it. I like tie them up, but then they just break out of it. It's so weird. And the game does not tell you for shit.
No, it does not. Back then, I mean, video games didn't tell you anything back then. So
I was trying to look up PDFs of the instruction booklet.
You better have just checking on like GameFAQs or Reddit or something. But yeah, so I mean, Star Wars video games are great. I mean, I still go back and play Episode 1 Racer. I think that Episode 1 Racer is clearly superior to Racer Revenge, which came out on PS2. Racer Revenge.
Pod racing games.
Yeah, because Racer Revenge, it's like they tried to do like a like when they re-release a game on another platform and they try to like upgrade it, and it's like the changes they made just didn't think worked as well. They also tried to make it more competitive in the sense that it was still an offline game because online gaming didn't exist back then on N64 or PS2. I guess it did, but not the way you would think it.
Low enough, yeah.
They tried to make it more like you had to ram into like other racers to try and damage them and take them out, and it's like that's not like that happened in Phantom Menace, sure, but that's not what pod racing is. It's not, you know what I mean? So I just thought Episode 1 Racer was
you don't think? I thought it is. I thought pod racing's totally to the death races. Don't they say that no one comes out like alive?
Well, they just say
They're
it's
not
very.
known for
Qui-Gon says very fast, very dangerous, but like that's like it. Like
dangerous.
it's about racing. I mean, it's a racing game. It's not a Vigilante 8 game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, fair enough. But
I'm not even talking
no.
in universe. I'm talking the actual game that you in real life play. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I thought you were talking about universe. No, but speaking of the game you play though, yeah, Racer the sequel. It was such a weird decision because they like canonically also moved like 5 years forward. So you're playing this like teen Anakin in like a mid-size pod racer. Like it's not the pod racer from the movie. It's not a pod racer you ever see, but it's like the cab that or whatever the car he's driving in space in episode 2. And it's like, what's going on here?
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, like the fact that it was like tween Anakin was very bizarre.
So weird. Yeah.
It's like Anakin's not going to be allowed to leave his training at the Jedi Temple to go compete against Sebulba because he's got his reputation to uphold. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, like
Reese's revenge.
Sebulba was out for revenge on Anakin for beating him at the Booty Eve Classic. Like, it's come on.
But yeah, and that game didn't have as cool secret characters either. The original is the go-to, but yeah, I mean, I know I said it earlier in the episode, but I'm just like thinking about it. The Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga is really going to be. It has my expectations are so high. I really hope it doesn't.
Do you think Grogu's going to be in it? Do you think they're going to add Grogu?
Yeah, he's DLC. So there's 2 DLC packs. Mandalorian and Bad Batch are the 2.
Okay, Bad Batch would be a good DLC because you get a variety.
Oh, Bad Batch also. I can't believe I forgot that. The Bad Batch ship with all Bad Batch minifigures is going to be one of the rumored sets for summer 2021 Lego sets. I don't really recall the ship from that episode, but I remember them getting off a ship.
Yeah, like I was saying, I remember them getting off of a ship, but I don't remember like what it looked like.
I mean, the minifigs alone are going to be cool. Yeah. I mean, what else? What else is on your mind, Padawan?
I don't know. I mean, like I said, I started the High Republic Light of the Jedi audiobook. I'm not really far enough in yet to kind of talk on it. I don't even really know what's going on yet, so I want to get a little further into it before I talk about it. I know Nate is almost done with Thrawn Treason, so he'll probably touch on that as well. I want to get the comic.
I want to get the comic,
but it takes place after the book, so it's like I want to finish the book first before I get the comic.
I wish they made them separate things.
Like, why would you release it at the same time though? Like, why wouldn't you release the book and then like 2 weeks later?
Why would they connect if they're the same? If they're different mediums, you would think that they're targeting different demographics of people who want to read comics or people who want to read books. Why would you make the fucking comic a continuation?
I mean,
of the book?
continuing it.
So
I'm okay. Well, I mean, Charles Soule is a comic writer and he wrote the book. So
hold on. Do you know? I haven't read any reviews or anything, but do you know if it stands alone, the comic? Well,
I don't know. It's only one issue, so I mean,
I know. Oh, it is only one issue. It's month to month. Oh my god, who has that patience?
It's hard to even know. But it does spoil the book. So if you were looking to read both the book and the comic, don't read the comic until after you finish the book. So I want to get through the book so I can get to the comic as well. I got to finish Lost Stars as well. I'm trying to get. Jeff will never listen to audiobooks, so I want him to get through the.
I don't have the focus.
They're so good though. There's so many good ones. There's like some bad ones too, but there's so many good ones. Yeah, I mean, and recently you did while you were making one of your Legos, you watched the entirety of season 1 of Star Wars Rebels.
Oh my god.
So
I love Star Wars, and I hate to bring the negativity onto this show, positive vibes. But this Rebels thing, man, I don't get it. I think Star Wars fans are lying to themselves.
It's season 1. It's season 1 that is tough to get through.
You said the same thing about Clone Wars, and it was true. I watched 7 whole seasons, and I'm like, I could have watched like 8 of those episodes.
You're telling me season 1 wasn't markedly worse than the rest of the Clone Wars, though?
It was, but like also I could have just watched 6. Like 2 to 5 weren't that much better than 1.
There was the Mandalorian stuff was in season 2, and the Mandalorian stuff was great.
Obi-Wan wants to fuck a girl, whatevs.
Don't talk about the team like that.
No, obviously, yeah, no, I'm kidding around.
No, but seriously though, like season 1 was dumb with the stupid little wrist like slingshot thing, and season 1, season 2 is when Rebels gets really good.
But even season 1 as a background show, I was vibing a little bit. I like all the stuff towards the end with what's her name? What is Ahsoka's call sign? Cucumber. Fulcrum, yeah, cucumber. And they're like, and honestly, I totally forgot because I remember I was reading up on all that cucumber stuff back when season 7 came out. But then now it connected, like, you know. What was the whole continuity thing? That wouldn't her call sign be Fulcrum in episode 9 or whatever, season 7? No?
It was like a coded, like Anakin had a coded, like a what's it, like a line, like what's the word I'm talking about? Like in World War II where they had the call lines. What are they?
Transmission.
Called? Yeah, like a
I don't know.
Yeah, code, whatever. But that's what Anakin used, I think, to like talk to non-Republic people in the Clone Wars. Like if you had to talk to like someone on Ryloth that wasn't part of the Republic.
So it's like, wait, why would
he used Fulcrum? I think, and so I think Ahsoka also was aware of Fulcrum because Anakin used it. So I think that's how she like relayed to Anakin and Obi-Wan to get them to go to the, you know.
You're right.
I got to rewatch season 7, but I got to rewatch season 7 except for the Mortez sisters arc.
What an arc! But no, yeah, first episode season of Rebels, it's cool. I even my coworker says to watch, and it's like I'll get around. Next
I told you from the beginning to skip season 1. I did tell you skip season 1.
Sir, I will never do that. That's not who I am as a human. Call it OCD, call it whatever the hell you want. I'm not going to jump into a show and just start in the middle.
Though. You're through the hardest, but the fact that you only watched season 1 is like worse than not watching it at all. You know what I mean? It's like only watching season 3 of Dexter. It's like
I would never do that. I would start with 1. But maybe I'll get around to it next big Lego, like I said. I'm curious. I kind of know everything that's going to happen, though.
I
so
did kind of tell you everything that happens.
You told me everything. I know. Also, yeah, like, oh, you hear, by the way, that's news also. The Ahsoka show will be about her looking for Ezra. So it's going to be cool.
Yeah, I don't think that was ever in question. I mean, it's confirmed, but I don't think anyone ever doubted that.
Was there any other? The Disney Plus shows got some episode numbers. I'm curious to see when the Star Wars shows are going to get their episode numbers.
Yeah, I think we're still a little ways away from that. We're actually really close to getting WandaVision, right? Is it this week or next week?
This week, dude, 2 days.
Oh my god.
Yeah, this is the second Disney Plus show of nerdy note, I would say, of their Star Wars and Marvel. You know,
well, yeah, because we've only had we had 2 seasons of it, but we've only had the Mandalorian for Star Wars, and this will be the first Marvel one. So yeah, I think WandaVision is gonna be a big deal too. I'm really excited to see it. Obviously, I'm a huge Marvel fan as well as Star Wars, so I'm really excited for WandaVision. I think that it's gonna be interesting because I think that the whole show is just gonna be like in Wanda's head. You know,
I have no idea what to expect.
I think that it's her trying. I think the show is going to be her coping with losing vision, and I think
I'm curious how many of those like flashes are there going to be. You know, where it's like, whoa, oh, now like you see her in modern times and like shit's bad, but then it goes back and then it's like, oh, she's, you know,
I think the whole show is about her going into a shell to cope with vision.
Yeah.
So excited for that. I'm really excited for. I almost said Bucky and the Winter Soldier, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which that's soon too, right? That's like back.
It's right after. You have like 2 weeks off.
That's what I'm really excited for.
That's what I'm thinking also, that how the Star Wars Marvel fandoms overlap so much. If you watch one, you watch both. And I think there's going to be infinite content by the week for the next like 3 years once this WandaVision starts. Or no, I guess once season 2 started of Mando.
Season 2 started when, in October?
Yeah.
November,
and we've only been
December.
like 2 weeks, 3 weeks without a show, and now we're gonna get another show.
Yeah, it only ended 2-3 weeks ago. That's crazy, man. Yeah, because we were talking about Luke Skywalker on the first episode of us being back for Hello There, so it was like 3-ish weeks ago.
I don't have the whole schedule ahead of me, but I feel like there are going to be very few month-long periods without a new Disney Plus, Marvel, or Star Wars show.
I think it's week-long periods, not month-long periods.
Yeah,
I think there's like very few weeks where nothing is like something new's not starting after something ends. So I think that if you're only a Star Wars fan, then it sucks because it's like, right, it's a long time until the book.
You gotta wait for like Acolyte.
But if you're a Star Wars and Marvel fan, you have a lot of Marvel stuff while you're waiting for your Star Wars. So, and also Bad Batch is coming soon too. So I'm excited for that.
That's what? That's a
Jeff's
summer?
choking down his blue moon.
I think I got some like grit in it, you know?
When is Bad Batch? Sometimes when you get towards the end, stuff settles, especially with
it's
the
fucking gross.
orange, because you got orange peel shavings and that, and whatever.
Oh,
Bad Batch
brewed with orange peel. I didn't ask for that.
The Bad
Blue
Batch. It just says first episode date 2021. I don't think we have an actual.
Well, it's already here. We're already watching it.
It's already over. Blinking, it's over. But yeah, so I mean, it's gonna be a good year for Star Wars. It's gonna be a good year for Marvel as well. I'm just excited that we're getting Star Wars games from more than just EA now. I think that's really the highlight of what I want.
That's so exciting because it ends in 2023. So now we're getting confirmation that they're already getting fucking ready, you know? Like the day the contract's over, there's going to be a game out, you know?
Yeah, like I wonder if the devs are allowed to work on them and they just can't release them.
I think so. I think it's about selling and distributing, I assuming, yeah.
Okay. So Massive is in pre-production, if not production of this game.
Yeah. Probably most likely, I can imagine. Yeah, that's going to be fun.
Well, I would assume, so I would say Jedi Fallen Order 2 is probably next year then. Because I would assume, I mean, they're not remaking a whole lot of assets probably, right?
I hope they remake all the planets. I don't want to go back to those fucking same planets.
But I'm saying, like, character-wise, and I mean, as far as general assets, like, they don't need to make grass again. You know, like,
I mean,
like, is the grass on Kashyyyk different than the grass on Bogano? You know what I mean? Like,
you know, I got what you're saying.
Like general assets.
But dude, I don't even know with how game development is.
True.
Game development and COVID, I say don't expect to get any of these games anytime soon. Even by the time the contract's done, we're still gonna be waiting. This year, no development's getting done in actual real earnesty. You know, I feel like the 2020 COVID time.
Now you're good.
Oh well.
Now you're good.
Oh, ooh, now I'm back.
Yeah, you froze scratching your chin for a second, but you're good now.
I would. I feel like 2020 COVID, a bunch of teams were able to like finish off the stuff. You know, it's like, all right, so we're just finishing some stuff, whatever.
Right. They're not like starting a project. They're not developing assets. They're not,
creating like from the get-go. I feel like that's much harder to do work from home.
Like before, it was more like getting voice actors to do some touch-up recordings in their closet. Now it's like, all right, well, now they need 6,000 lines of dialogue recorded and not just a couple touch-up lines, you know?
Dude, I mean, hey, if fucking somehow, I mean, essentially, if Call of Duty's coming out next year, that's like almost going to be like 80% made during COVID. I think I think shit's going to get delayed, but companies are going to adapt. And
yeah, I think so too.
We're going to get games releasing in 2024 that were 99% work from home, remote, developed. You know, maybe they should have came out in 2023 if they were in the office, but that's just life now. Delays.
Yeah, so I think that's going to do it for this week. This is a good conversation on Star Wars Legos and Star Wars video games. Hopefully Nate is back next week, but if not, I'm sure I can get Jeff to hop on. And Jeff might hop on anyways just to talk, because I don't think Jeff's going to be... I don't think Nate is going to be reading Light of the Jedi, so I'll keep that spoiler-free when I talk about it. So,
dude, we talked fucking an hour on Star Wars, we didn't even bring up Revenge of the Sith.
Like, I feel like we didn't talk about anything, and we talked for it. That's why I love talking about Star Wars, because you could talk about nothing.
Dude, I could talk
for so long. So, you're welcome back every week if you want to come back every week. So I'll just let you know, hey, we're recording tomorrow if you want to come on.
Cursed image.
Bald Poe with a BB-8 ugly sweater and a red Solo cup.
The thing about this is the Christmas sweater is a great body piece. Just if you want to give it to anyone else, now they can wear a Christmas sweater.
You could just put it on any, like you could put that on like an Indiana Jones minifig.
Put it on a Luke Skywalker minifig.
You could put it on a Darth Maul minifig. That actually would be sick on a Darth Maul minifig with the contrast of red and green.
You can't put it on a Hagrid minifig.
That's a bummer. What about a Professor Flitwick minifig? Probably not, right?
They have a Harry Potter advent calendar. They have 3 advent calendars. No, 4 advent calendars every year. Star Wars, Harry Potty, Titty, and Lego Friends.
What was the third one?
City one sucks.
Oh, City. I thought you said Titty.
Titty, Lego Friends. Yeah, the Lego Friends one's weird, and the City one's like a lamppost.
Yeah,
Okay.
like whatever. Like that's
Suck
like
my
if
dick.
you just need
A
some extra.
policeman.
It's like if you just need
What's
extra random stuff to top up your bin of generic Lego stuff.
Dude, and this is premium, so it's only 311 pieces, but the box is styrofoam. And hold on, wait, let me you open them up, like, I don't know. I'm a Jew, so I don't really fuck with advent calendars, so I've never really actually
I know, when you first said you got an advent calendar, I was like, wait a minute, aren't you Jewish? And then I remembered it's also January, so it's like, never mind.
And it's actually really cool. So it doesn't really give you instructions how to do it. You kind of just have to read the back. And it's one image, and it's like, yeah, figure it out, you just shithead. You see?
I mean, to be fair, I think I could figure it out. I built my Slave 1 Lego back in like 1997 without the instructions.
I don't think that's true.
Asked my Uncle Eric, he was freaked out. He's like, how the fuck did you do that?
Send me his number. Oh, because you're looking at the box also? All right, I could see in that
I mean, I
case.
was looking at the box, but not the
If
instructions.
you're looking at the box, you're looking at the box.
I think
if you just
I probably used the instructions a little bit.
If you just had just the Lego pieces and just like literally without even looking, just like in your mind, you know what the fucking Slave one is. Like,
No, I definitely did use the instructions, but like he just like, look, I built it like really fast though, so I think he was just like, how did you do that?
That's pretty cool. That's smart. Yo, if you can't do Lego, you have a stupid brain. There you go. Work on yourself if you can't do a Lego. All right, wrap us out.
Yeah, so this is usually where I try to end the show, and then Nate and I always forget how we want to end the show. So I'm just going to say, may the force be with you, and hello there. And then, Jeff, you could say, General Kenobi, you are a bold one. So,
well, hold on. If you want to like keep up with this podcast, you could go to at Mr. Brawl96 and at the only.
Nope, it's just at Anthony Palm.
Oh, of course, yeah.
That's my
I was
gamer
already on
tag.
to the PSN. Yeah, I was already on the PSN part.
Gamer tag, my PSN name. I don't use Xbox. I use Xbox a little bit, but
Comment on the thing. Let us know. Just anything.
yeah,
No,
you can check us
know
out
too.
on pretty
No,
much
hold on,
any
hold on.
podcast service. We're on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, App, Google Play, whatever you use. So, if you don't mind sharing
If
with your
you're
friends,
listening to this, right now, listener, I'm talking to you. It is your obligation to either one, if you're listening to it on YouTube or watching it on YouTube, you have to comment your favorite Star Wars movie and then your favorite just Star Wars name, just any word, just your favorite Star Wars word. However, if you are listening to this on a podcast app, just open up Twitter real quick and type in your favorite Star Wars movie and your favorite Star Wars word, and then hashtag it Hello There Podcast. That's it. Just hashtag it. Hello There Podcast, one word.
yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Jeff is way better at podcasting than I am, despite the fact that we have been on podcasts together for like 3 years. You want to know what my favorite Star Wars name is? It's actually from the book Lost Stars. It is Nash Windrider. I think that is like the coolest fucking Star Wars name ever.
I want to say mine is the
Biggs Dark Rider's up there too, though.
Biggs Dark Rider is good. I want to say mine is the jizz musician, but since I always forget the band's name, it's like Pond Noodles and what do you remember what it is? It's
I do know it, and like you put
I
me on
know,
the spot, so I forget.
but the fact that I can't remember it means I don't think it's my favorite, so I'm gonna have to give it to Pondo Baba.
No, it's in the something in the modal nodes. What is it? Oh,
the
my
modal
God.
nodes. It is. It's fucking Dick Lubkiss in the modal nodes.
No,
What
it's
is it?
Figure and Dan in the modal nodes.
Figure and Dan. Yes, you're so fucking right. So that's a
And
top
then
one.
there's
Since I
Max
can't remember.
Rebo's band, which plays in Return of the Jedi.
Max Rebo. No, I'm more of a Pondo Baba. It's just so good. Pondo.
Pondo Baba's
What are you
good
talking
too. I always used to get Dr. Evazan's name mixed up. I thought it was like Ezevan. Like I just always get
that's
like
a tough one, yeah.
like it's as a kid trying to read that name. You're like, I don't,
either.
yeah, like. How do you feel about that cameo in Rogue One? Too much? That was a little too much.
I loved it. I loved
thought
it. No, that was a.
Does he like
marvel.
immediately fly off the planet, sees it blows up, and says, "Oh shit, I gotta go hide on a deserted planet," and goes immediately to the Tatooine cantina? You know, like
is that the joke?
Like I don't know, like that's what I'm saying. Like,
so
is that what
funny.
happened?
That's
Like
so
he
true.
literally just immediately leaves and flies to Tatooine.
He was
like,
on his way out of town. That's why he was so pissed off when he got hit.
That's one of the Jeddah was one of the planets he had a death sentence on. Or Pondo Baba had the death sentence on.
Exactly, yeah. He's what a great scene. Star Wars, baby. But
Star Wars,
and then my
baby.
favorite movie. My favorite movie, I've started saying, I just own up to it. It's 3. Fuck it. It's so funny. It's hilarious. It's amazing. It's got so many moments.
Revenge of the Sith, man. My favorite moment in that movie is...
Hold on. We'll keep that for another episode. All
right, we'll talk about our favorite moments of Return of the Jedi. No, Revenge of the Sith.
Let us know those two things I said earlier. You should have been doing it while I was talking. You know,
really,
there's no reason not to.
Yeah, why not? Like, you should be done.
Hashtag. I'm going to be looking for this hashtag next week.
Yeah. Hopefully there's at least 0 people.
I'm going to post about it.
I'll post one too. Maybe Nate will do it. I think Nathan, you listens to this podcast too. So Nate, if you're listening,
4 hashtags, man. That's 4
hashtags.
That's viral.
That'd be sick. But yeah, so next week, even if Nate's back, why don't we talk about our favorite moments from Revenge of the Sith, because that movie rocks. And then Nate wants to do. He has an idea where we go through the Star Wars movies and kind of just talk about what we like from them. So I guess that kind of goes off what he was saying. Let me pull up the text from him real quick, because he was spitballing this to me the other week. Let's see.
Dude, I have no self-control. I want to pop all these days out of the advent calendar. Should I?
Do it on video right now.
No. What's the point? Maybe when I get the fucking droid, the battle droid, I'll open another one.
Okay, yeah, like, because you're like, oh, this one's a bummer. Let me at least pop one more.
Because that's going to ruin my day.
Yeah.
I open them first thing in the morning also. like
the first thing you do, it's like Leif Erikson Day.
I don't know.
All right, I can't find this text on Nate, but basically I think he wants to watch the movies and then kind of pick out like our favorite things in the movie. Like, basically just be positive about Star Wars instead of like watching The Last Jedi and being, these are the 7 things I hate about it. Be like, let's watch Revenge of the Sith and what are the 7 things we like about it, you know? So that's a good idea. We'll do Revenge of the Sith next week. Jeff, I guess you're just part of the podcast now because you've been here more than Nate is, and Nate is a main cast member. So stuck with us, buddy.
I have no commitment to nothing. I'm a Sith.
What are people going to do without their Lego updates, bro?
You're right. I do got to bring the Lego updates.
All right. I've been trying to end this for...
all right. Peace.
Trying to end this for like 15 minutes. Thank you all for listening.
Hello there.
May the Force be with you.
May the Force be with you.
Hello there.